Hey everybody. Should really start here. First of all, to point out the obvious, this is not Mrs. Zhang's voice. This is Mr. Fisher's voice. And I'm going to be doing the next couple lessons. Because, I was supposed to take over this class at some point. So here I am, obviously in different circumstances. Um, so today we're learning about the marketing mix, and essentially what this is really is what it comes down to is pricing and how to price different products and what makes the most sense and how to kind of promote your product through pricing. Um, and so those are the lesson objectives: learn pricing strategies, learn product promote. Ooh, I should fix that. Learn product promotion is what that should say. I'll fix that in a second. Um, um, and understand why your message matters. And also, we're going to learn some financial terms. So, the discussion questions are: what are some strategies used to promote a particular product or service? How would you decide to price your product or service? And can you recite a slogan or a tune related to a product or service? Obviously, this one is like the easiest one because I think when I said that, probably all of you had some sort of some um, earworm, annoying, most likely, um, slogan or tune. You hear them all the time. They're really catchy. They're usually pretty annoying. Sometimes they're just really bad. Especially not to rip on some of these local businesses, but it's like, oh my gosh. But of course, that's all a strategy, and that's all related to get you to think about um, and buy their product. So the worksheets go more into some of this other stuff, but where I am really going to focus on product pricing, and here are some things you can think about when you're um, product pricing, and all that means is when you're coming up for how much your product is worth. So first of all, you need to be aware of underpricing, and that is exactly what it sounds like. Um, Pricing a product too low where you're not making a profit. That's not sustainable. You're not going to be able to keep a business going if you're always underpricing things. Um, and that really goes with know your costs too. These are really kind of go together for everything, but if you're, for like our paracord bracelets, I honestly don't know how much those cost off the top of my head, just for the raw material, like the actual paracords themselves. But let's say, just to keep the math easy, the paracords to buy a bundle or whatever of them costs $10. Well, if we're, only selling them for like 50 cents, it's going to be really hard to make any money on that. Um, Overpricing. The exact opposite problem. You're making things way too expensive, um, and no one's gonna buy it. If we charge $30 for a cup of coffee, um, no one would probably buy. I certainly would buy our coffee because who wants to pay $30 for a cup of coffee? That would just be ridiculous. Know your customer. Um, yeah. So if you're um trying to sell to what is a good um if you're trying to sell to, let's say, older people, like let's say, like, I don't know why this is where this really should do, older people, and I don't know if that's the best example in the entire world. If you're trying to sell to, let's say, little girls, that's why, a lot of times they put ribbons and bows and make things pink and all that stuff to make that product more appealing. Um, so knowing your customer can help you sell things better, and knowing what your customer might want. If they're, you're trying to sell to, construction workers, well, then making your products more like neon, makes a lot of sense. So they have that like high visibility, that sort of thing. Know your costs, know your overhead. That's something that's essential to making a profit, a really basic step. How much does it take for me to produce this product? And then you can figure out how much you need to sell to make a sizable profit, that sort of thing. Know your competition, what sets you apart from anyone else. Why should a customer buy your product rather than someone else's product? And know where the market's headed. For instance, like you're not gonna, this is a really obvious example, but you're not gonna, probably buy a Blockbusters franchise in the year 2020 because no one rents movies from a store anymore. Like that's just not an existent thing. I don't even think I don't even know if there's a Blockbuster still in business in the country. So know where the market's headed. Okay, guys, so you can pause the video or whatever at this point. Um, this just is a little clip on, it's super dramatic, so just a warning. But it's like 3 minutes long, maybe less. And he just goes over different technical terms for pricing. So for the wrap up, we need you to complete activity 1 and activity 3 by 3:05 on Friday. And these are pretty straightforward activities. First of all, I'm not making you do this one, by the way. First of all, let's just go to it. This one where it's just asking you different terms and things, and I will make sure this is up. I'll screenshot this and upload it to Google Classroom, so you'll have the terms right there. Then it's just a matter of filling them out and putting them here. And then, honestly, I think this activity is kind of funny. You just go over why it's important to send a good message. Like, question 1. Um, um, talks about the KFC slogan, finger looking good, came out as eat your fingers off in Chinese. Why is it important why was it, important for KFC to change that? Or a second one in Taiwan, the translation of Pepsi come alive with the Pepsi generation came out as Pepsi will bring your ancestors from the dead. That's obviously two very different messages. So that's just kind of a fun worksheet, I think. And that's all I need from you guys. So email me if you have any questions on this assignment. Um, if you have any questions on the other assignments, I would still direct your questions at Mrs. Zank because she is the one who designed those lessons. But for this one and any other ones I do in the future, you can go ahead and direct those questions at me. Thank you.